Sometimes I stare at the great temple on the bluff, and I think, whatever is in there, it has to be important.
Entendre convoi. Ok.
Ah, a new face. Salve, and welcome to a little community. My name's impossible to pronounce for most people, so you can just call me Virgil. You arrived on a sad day, friend. What with Julia's death? I wish we could have met under better circumstances.
Julia's death? Il y a eu une mort. C'est pas ton histoire.
Well, I'm an architect. Or at least I was back in Rome. That's probably too grandiose a term to describe what I do here. Help out with repairs and try to stop old buildings from collapsing on people. That kind of thing. But you probably don't want to hear about the ingenious architecture or mysterious history of this place.
What l'histoire, David?
Oh, I'm glad you asked. Some of these shrines were constructed hundreds of years ago, which means Romans have been arriving here for at least that long. But there's one thing that puzzles me. The oldest shrine in this avenue isn't Roman at all. It's Greek.
C'est pas commun pour les Romains de copier les Grecs.
Well, yes, that could be the reason. Or it could mean that there were Greeks living and worshipping here before the Romans arrived. Which begs the interesting question, who really built this place? And could it be far older than any of us imagine? If only there was a way we could talk to the people who came here before us. The stories they could tell.
Parle-moi de l'architecture, David.
Gladly. Personally, my favorite thing about this place is the aqueducts. Those series of adjoining arches. They're an ingenious feat of Roman engineering with a very practical purpose. They take fresh water coming from outside the city and distribute it all across the chasm. It's funneled below the palace and into a cistern beneath the great temple. Some of it flows down into another cistern beneath the villas, and the rest is funneled to the shrine of Proserpina, where it fills the lake and allows us to fish and farm. Hey, not so loud. Just talking about that could anger the gods for all we know. I'm not saying it's impossible, but you'd have to find a way inside somehow. Just, please, try to be a bit more discreet about it.
Désolé, mon Dieu. Fait qu'il y a moyen d'aller dans la citerne. Ok. Parle-moi du temple que tu parlais.
You mean the great temple? This one's a bit of a mystery. Given the way it's positioned so prominently, looking down on us, it's clear that whoever built it felt it was the most important temple in the city. Unfortunately, someone else went out of their way to keep its purpose a mystery. You see, usually a temple is dedicated to a particular god, like Proserpina or Diana or Apollo. Usually, that god is obvious. But in this case, it's unknown. There's an obelisk out the front, which probably used to bear the name of this unknown god. But it appears some barbarian defaced it. And of course we can't get inside because it's locked up tighter than the Temple of Saturn in Rome. And that contains the treasury. So we're all left wondering, which god is that temple dedicated to? And could it be the one responsible for the Golden Rule? Unless somebody figures out a way inside, I suppose we'll never know. Of course. You wouldn't believe how often the new ones ask that question. But I'd tell you the same thing I tell everyone else. There are much worse places to live out your days. You might have a few sleepless nights thinking about the Golden Rule, but once you get used to the fear, knowing that a single slip-up could cost you everything, it's not too bad. Nothing new to me, anyway. Oh, I just mean I grew up in the Batavi tribe, far to the north in Novio Magus, and learned to expect a bit of hostility. They weren't nearly as tolerant as the Romans.
Qu'est-ce que tu penses de la Golden
Some
Rule?
people say it's divine, the work of a god. But I'm not so sure. It just seems so flawed to me. Like it's distinctly human. I mean, once you've been here long enough, you'll notice people doing things that just seem so wrong to you. But this so-called god doesn't seem to care, which means one of two things. Either you don't know the difference between right and wrong, or this unknown god doesn't. And I'm pretty sure I know the difference. Do you? Fair enough.
Le graffiti, pourquoi quelqu'un pense que t'es un pêcheur?
Look, I haven't done anything wrong, if that's what you're thinking. Somebody just has a problem with my preference for male company.
Oh,
Hey, nothing gets by you, huh? Sorry, that was mean. Yes, I like men. And when you grow up in the north, as I did, in the city of Noviomagus, you expect a bit of hostility. The Batavi are not known for their tolerance. I saw enough friends killed or driven away to know the cost of not keeping your personal affairs to yourself. So I hid who I was for, what was it, nearly 10 years? Watching what I said and where I looked. But that kind of fear eats away at you slowly, until living isn't any better than the thing you were afraid of. Needless to say, since I'm now living underground, halfway across the known world, with an assumed name, my openness didn't go down well among the enlightened folk of the Batavi.
désolé
Nice of
d'entendre
you to
ça.
say, but not necessary. In any case, the Romans are far more accepting, and among them, I get to be who I am. Or at least, I thought that was the case. It seems I was wrong.
Là, tu sais c'est qui a mis graffiti?
It's not just graffiti. I have quite the collection of handwritten notes too. The strange thing is,
Oh,
I keep my
écrit.
personal affairs to myself. I've never really been interested in any of the men here. Not my type. So I'm not sure what I could have done to upset this person. If I had to guess, I'd say
Oups, désolé, j'ai cliqué par accident. Les cultistes.
strange bunch. They insist there's only one God, and that he considers my nature a sin. Can you believe that? If there are any of them here, they won't admit it.
Ça
Not
sonne
since
comme
they
une religion
supposedly
que je
burned
connais.
down
ça.
half of Rome last year and went into hiding. All I know is if these threats keep escalating, eventually my secret admirer is going to cross a line and break the golden rule.
Je pense que je sais déjà c'est qui.
Really? Who is it?
C'est Rufus. J'ai trouvé une lettre incomplète dans sa maison.
You went snooping in his place? That was risky. We're lucky you didn't cross any lines. Have you spoken to him about it?
Pas encore.
I would talk to him myself, but I think that would just inflame the situation. It's probably best if you do it, if you don't mind.
On va
Well,
débloquer?
Malleolus is talking about loosening some of the restrictions in this place. And while it's all a bit vague, at least he has a vision.
Qu'est-ce que je peux faire pour changer ça?
My vote isn't for sale, if that's what you're asking. Nice to talk to
J'ai
you.
compris le message. Ok, la journée progresse. Oh! Tu veux ça?
Hello?
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 T'es qui,
My
toi?
name's Dooley. I live here
Ah.
now because I got in trouble and they said they had to lock me up.
Qu'est-ce que t'as
I
fait?
don't know. I don't remember things so good. I think it's just because I was...
Ok. Ok, quelqu'un pensait que t'allais voler.
Yes. But I wasn't. I was just looking.
Il y a peut-être un risque finalement.
They
C'est
said
tout?
I did it more than once, but I can't remember things so good. Then they called me mean names. They called me a liar, Billy.
A liability. Pas liability.
Yes. They said I have to live here now, and gave me this letter. But I'm not good with words. Do you think you could read it for me?
C'est comme nature qui aurait peut-être une déficience un peu légère pour ça. Et dans ce temps-là, ben, c'était pas compris comme aujourd'hui. De Magistrus Sentius to Dolius pour Dolly. Je t'écris en relation avec ton comportement antisocial incorrigible qui survient en lien avec ton obsession pour un trésor perdu. Même si je suis sympathique à ton ambition, ta demande, puis le fait que ton gardien Hannibal serait décédé il y a plusieurs semaines, je souhaite te donner un message important. Le trésor que tu cherches n'existe pas. Considérant ta mémoire limitée, puis ça se peut très bien que tu fais juste mal t'en souvenir, vu que tu as des limitations en lien avec la mémoire. Je pense que c'est plus ça qu'il voulait dire. Fait que donc, de manière plus importante, depuis que on t'a vu rentrer chez les gens sans la permission, incluant proche de la citerne, que personne dans les civils sont supposés aller. C'est drôle, on fait 2 fois qu'on mentionne la citerne. Ben, on n'a pas le choix de prendre la conclusion que t'es un danger pour la Golden Rule, et donc on doit t'enfermer. Au cas où que t'as un autre problème avec ta mémoire.
What does it say? My treasure.
Quel
My
trésor?
friend Hannibal used to look after me. He said he always would. But then, he died. It was very sad. He said
Ah,
if anything ever happened to him,
on a lu sa lettre en plus
I
avec ses
had to
rêves.
find
Hannibal.
something very precious hidden away. He gave me this key and made me promise to keep it safe until I found the treasure. But I couldn't find it. All I remember is he said something about the cisterns. But when I went up to the high one, they put me in here. Now nobody looks after me. Except my friend Galerius. And the priestess lady. She's a nice lady.
Oh. Si tu me donnes la clé, je pourrais trouver qu'est-ce que
Hannibal
ça dérange.
said I shouldn't give it to anyone I didn't trust. But maybe you could help me get out of here. Then I would trust you a lot.
Ok, je vais essayer de parler au magistrat. voir.
Galerius already tried that.
Mais je suis quand même plus d'avis que tu devrais
He
rester
said the
là-dedans.
magistrate wouldn't listen, no matter what. Like Galerius, he's nice. I like Galerius. He made me a doll and everything. If you help
le
make
poupée
him
qu'on a trouvé
magistrate,
tantôt sur le lit.
he can get me out of here, and I can give you the key to my treasure. Hannibal said it was in the cisterns. I can't remember what it was, just that it was way up high and very precious.
Oh, qu'est-ce que je peux faire? Est-ce que tu connais un chemin
We're
pour en
going to
aller?
let me out of here. Really?
Non, c'est pas ça que je voulais dire.
Galerius already tried that.
Et
Like,
là, on retourne dans
you
la conversation. Golden
Go.
Rule. Nevermind.
Bye
Ok.
bye.
Je pense que ça donnera pas plus que ça, ben.
Hello. Bye bye.
Il y a comme. La conversation a comme recommencé. Oh, il y a un message. I did not do it. Ok. Là, est-ce que les gens commencent déjà à se regrouper ici? Non, ok, j'ai encore du temps. Parce que à la fin de la journée, il y a toujours l'élection. Ok? Là, l'autre affaire. Oh! Bon, ben la journée est terminée. Ben, pour l'instant. Fait qu'on va avoir le droit à l'élection. On a fait une bonne partie. Mais là, tout le monde est occupé. On parlait d'une personne qui est morte, ok.
Give me a moment. Sorry I'm such a mess.
Qu'est-ce qui s'est passé?
She was poisoned. She came in here frothing at the mouth. Normally I'd treat her with resin of silphium, a rare plant which is perfect for this sort of thing. And I knew Decius had some at his market stall, right around the corner. So I ran over there, but he just looks at me with this evil smile and says, "That'll be 1,000 denarii." There was no way I could afford that, and he knew it. Then that toad shrugs and says, "Supply and demand. I guess you don't value your friend's life that highly." Anywhere else, I'd just pay a thug to steal it from his stall, but there's no way I can do that down here with the golden rule. So all I could do is come back here and just watch her die. I kept on apologizing. And now I'll never know who poisoned her, or how they managed to do it without breaking the golden rule, or why she cursed that snake's cruel black eyes with her dying breath. Well, unless you have the power to bring someone back from get me that silphium resin, I'm going to have another patient in here soon. Could be in the next day, or in the next hour. And I will not allow this to happen again. I don't care. I swear to the gods below, not even the golden rule will...
Okay.
Well, come back.
Oh! On est en train de manquer l'élection.
I'm just here to observe.
Virgil,
Meliodas.
Rufius,
Malleolus.
and finally, Domitius.
Malleolus. Who else?
Citizens, you have made your decision. Your new magistrate is Marcus Malleolus Gurges.
Ah,
Hail,
c'est lui.
Magistrate Malleolus. I said, Hail, Magistrate Malleolus. That's more like it.
Thank you. Thank you. I am delighted and deeply honored to have been elected your magistrate. And now, I make this solemn promise to you, good citizens. Under my leadership, you will finally enjoy the freedom you deserve. No more shall you walk on eggshells, fearing simply to live and breathe, because the tyrant Sentius told you it was forbidden. For my first act as magistrate, I hereby announce a day of celebration to mark the end of an era. The myth of the Golden Rule is no more.
The Golden Rule is real, you idiot.
For his attempt to deceive us all, Sentius is hereby
Donc,
found guilty of
Malleolus
treason
est la
against
raison.
the Empire.
What? I have committed no crimes. This is madness.
His sentence, to fight for his life in gladiatorial combat against Domitius. Here and now for your entertainment.
Oh shit.
You have no idea what you're
Oh
doing.
shit.
You're going to get us all killed.
Wait, I exercise my right as a Vestal priestess to pardon him. I will not allow you to do this.
You're showing your true colors now, priestess. Your corruption sickens me. Domitius, ignore her. Proceed.
This is insanity. You doom us all.
Lies. It is time the Golden Rule was exposed for what it is. A children's fable, exploited by a treacherous leader to instill fear in all of us.
This is why he's in his gladiator gear. They've been planning this all along.
Shut up, all of you. The magistrate has spoken.
Oh god.
I'm going to enjoy killing you, old man.
The many shall suffer for the sins of the one.
Oh shit! Oh god! Oh god!